Hello everyone, my name is Tjami. I'm a Yangunjara man from Mimli. I am the Regional Agricultural Landcare Facilitator, employed by APY Pastoral and Alanjara Landscape Board. I work at Anamapinjara Yangunjara Lands, which is located in the remote northwest of South Australia, with a population of around 1,500 people. The land belongs entirely to and is governed by the traditional owners. APY Lands pastoral rangelands have large herds of cattle on the lands managed by a number of traditional owners, family groups, and APY pastoral. There are many small and remote communities spread across the APY lands. I work closely with the APY pastoral manager and the team, working with anthropology, traditional owners, community, and APY land management and AW Landscape Board. Sharing cultural knowledge and Western scientific knowledge is very important to the success of the cattle business. What I do is work with traditional owners and communities in sustainable pastoral development. I provide cultural liaison and translation between APY pastoral staff and traditional owners and Aboriginal land managers to engage and share information on how to manage the cattle and the paddocks better so that the land is in better condition and the cattle business makes more money. I also help the APY pastoral manager to facilitate training workshop events for land managers, traditional owners, and community on many different sustainable pastoral practices, such as controlling weeds and feral animals, ground cover monitoring, and operating stockyards. I support construction, operation, and maintenance of landscape and livestock management centers. We have built 4 and number 5 is almost done. Specifically designed self-muster yards and processing centers where stock are regularly monitored for health, growth rates, and fertility. These management centers help to better manage cattle grazing and feral animal management around water access points. This helps to prevent land getting too degraded. The yards can be used to muster and remove feral animals from the surrounding lands. The land management centers are also made so that traditional owners can be trained on how to look after cattle. I also help the pastoral manager to run training sessions on controlling weeds of national significance, Apandia cactus and apple pine. We show people what safety gear they need to wear, how to mix up the chemicals properly, how to use the equipment, and how to kill the weeds. I also go mapping and spraying Apandia and apple pine. We go out each year to check if there's new growth so we can get on top of it and get rid of it. I map paddocks and water points using FarmMap 4D software. I've worked with AW Landscape Board to learn how to use FarmMap 4D to map water points and paddocks so the land is not overworked and stays healthy. In APY we have lots of camels, horses and donkeys which cause problems. When it's dry, the camels and the donkeys come into the communities looking for water and cause lots of damage and can injure people. The camels and horses and donkeys also get into the roads and cause accidents. We control the feral animals through either mustering into the yards or land management centers or through aerial shooting from a helicopter. When we're mustering, we leave the stockyards or the land management center gates open for a few weeks so the feral animals get used to coming in and out of the stockyards to drink from the water points. When there's enough animals in there, we close the gates and the truck comes to take the feral animals. Once a year we go around to all the APY paddocks and measure the native vegetation ground cover. We look at if the ground cover is native plants or weeds, if the cattle will eat the plants, and how much the plants are covering. This tells us if the paddocks are overgrazed and we need to move the cattle off the paddock, if we need to get rid of weeds, and also if the work we are doing is working well.